Good evening and welcome to ABS Insider News. Tonight we shall bring you the story of a river that disappears and reappears. Did I hear you say, what did she say now? Yes, strange, isn't it? Well, join us after the hard news for details about Udude River Omwawolo in Oka South local government area. Please stay tuned. My name is Ifi Onachuku. Over 1,500 persons in Anocha, Dunukofia, and Dikoka Federal Constituency had cause to smile yesterday as they were empowered with equipment with which to earn a living. The empowerment equipment, estimated at hundreds of millions of naira, was sponsored by the member representing Anocha, Dunukofia, and Dikoka Federal Constituency, Chief Dozie Wankwo. Our correspondent, Ngozi Obileri, was at Obun Umunri, venue of the event, and now brings the details.
During the event, 3 ABGA chairmen for 3 council areas that make up the federal constituency, as well as the 3 women leaders, were presented with a vehicle each. Other empowerment equipment given out to people of the area included grinding machines, sewing machines, hair dryers, 25 kilograms of rice, as well as cash. Each individual out of the over 1,500 persons got one item out of the equipment donated by Chief Dozie Wankwo. Speaking at the event, Chief Wankwo said that apart from various medical outreach, giving employment to youth from across communities that make up the constituency, the empowerment program, which is the second in its series, was aimed at appreciating them for the confidence they reposed in him, while explaining that the beneficiaries were selected from across all the political parties in the area. Chief Wankwo said that those who did not benefit this year will benefit in the coming year, as he is determined to making life easier through provision of quality representation. The member representing Dunukofia constituency in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Lawrence Ezudu, noted that Anambra are now experiencing what governance and representation should be, stating that ABGA changed the face of governance since inception, hence the benefactors largesse. Our
governor has a wholesome approach to development all over Anambra State. There is no community in Anambra State that he has not written his name in gold. The 20 million project, Choose Yourself project, is a novel idea only in Anambra State.
Earlier during the Kolanut ritual, the traditional ruler of Enugu, Igwe Ralph Epe, lauded Chief Wankwo, whom he said is a rare breed and a blessing to his community, calling on people of the area to support his second-term bid. Speaking on behalf of President General of Communities making up the constituency, the President General of Enugu, Mr. Boni Ozonkwaku, appreciated the benefactor for doing all he had been doing for them, urging the beneficiaries to make optimal use of the rare opportunity given them. In their various speeches, the Transition Committee Chairman for Anocha Council area, Mr. Ikobi Ejiofor, and the State ABGA Youth Leader, Mr. Peter Ozumba, from Dunukofia Council area, said that governance is all about quality representation, which the benefactor, according to them, has continued to maintain, charging people of the area to accord him all necessary support. Some of the beneficiaries, Mr. Charles Nkungu and Mrs. Ngozi Obielue, were full of appreciation to God for using Chief Wankwo to touch the lives of the poor. From the Obumunri Enugu in Njikoka local government area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Late literary icon Chris Okibo was alive recently as poets around the nation and beyond converged on Ojoto, Idemili South Council area to celebrate the second edition of Return to Idoto. Correspondent Chibuzo Okoye's report on this is presented from our studios.
The event, which was organized by the Oka Literary Society, witnessed reading of poems at the tomb of the late iconic writer, visits to some remarkable places where reports say that late Okibo visits to relax and draw inspirations during his sojourn on earth, which includes Ukwu Okpaka Oto, Ukwu Ide Oto, Ide Oto Shrine, the Okpaka Tree, Irummili Ide Oto, among others. Giving insights into the reason for the event, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. James Eze, who is also a poet, said that the Awka Literary Society, as well as other poets and writers, gathered for the second edition of the Return to Idoto, which is the commemoration of the late legendary writer. Mr. Eze said that the poetic pilgrimage, which the association organizes every year, is to celebrate the late Okigbo, whom he said, though short-lived on earth, lived an indelible legacy that stands the test of time, and urge aspiring writers to emulate him.
Poetry is an art that you have to submit yourself into for you to get value out of it. He liked torturing himself in search of meaning. Okigbo believed that what he tries to do in his poem or in his poetry is not necessarily to communicate meaning, but to share the experience.
The winner, 2017 Nigeria Prize for Literature, Iko Oke, described the late Okigbo as one of the most talented writers ever lived and a patriot who paid the supreme price for his people, saying that they draw inspiration from his works, which he described as masterpiece.
We are here to celebrate the poetry of Okigbo under the banner of an event christened Return to Idoto 2. Prophet, poet, soldier, in fact, and patriot, a man of many parts, very colorful personality. In fact, I would think that even if he didn't write poetry, the kind of life he lived would have been able to sustain immortality such as he enjoys.
According to the managing director of the Anambra Newspaper and Printing Corporation, Sachuka Nnabuife, the late Okigbo sowed the spirit of inspiration to millions of people and called on writers to use their work to promote good values like the late poet.
In the entire Igbo mythology, Ubaka represents communication, mass communication. When they say Ubaka dispenses its seed, and it doesn't know where it falls. We didn't come here in vain. We actually came here to learn.
Thank you.
And to understand. Thank you.
Trust in God is said to be the best instrument Christians needed to achieve all their desires in God. The assistant parish priest at St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Parish, GRA Oka, Reverend Father Peter Andrew Ibazo, stated this in a homily during today's Mass. Reverend Father Ibazo said that a true Christian should walk in the way of God, have faith and trust, which will enable them to succeed in all aspects of their life. He stated that some are running from pillar to post in search of wealth because they lack faith, assuring them of God's power overall, adding that God is ever ready to bless and supply the needs of those who trust in Him. At St. Joseph's Anglican Church, GRA Oka, the resident priest, Reverend Nzube Chukwu Obiejemba, whose sermon centered on the security of the believer, said every child of God should not be afraid of what man can do to him, as God will protect believers from all attacks of the enemy. Reverend Obiejemba asked the congregation to place their lives under the protection of Christ Jesus. Trust, believe and pray fervently, for He will turn everything for their own good. Acting President Yemi Oshibajo, SAN, has signed into law 3 bills transmitted by the National Assembly. His senior special assistant on media, Mr. Laolu Akonde, made the announcement in a statement on Saturday. The acts were the Federal Capital Territory Civil Service Commission Acts 2018, the Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria Acts 2018, and the Federal School of Medical Laboratory Technology Science JOS Act 2018. According to the statement, the Federal Capital Territory Civil Service Commission Act 2018 provides the framework as envisaged by Section 303 of the Constitution for the administration of the civil service of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The Commission, established under the Act, will without prejudice to the powers of the President, be responsible for the appointment and disciplinary control of staff in the civil service of the FCT. The Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria Establishment Act 2018 establishes the Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria for forestry research, education and training. The institute, which its headquarters will be in Ibadan, will have outstations and colleges in each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the Federation. The institute will, among others, conduct research into the development of agroforestry systems for the integration of forestries of economic importance into farming systems, ecology of pests and diseases and their control, and the control of desertification, soil erosion, and deforestation. The Federal School of Medical Laboratory Technology Science Just Establishment Act 2018 establishes the School of Medical Laboratory Technology Science JOS, a diploma and certificate awarding institute for training and research in medical laboratory science and other related fields. The death toll from the worst flooding to hit India's Kerala state in a century has jumped to 357 people, with losses to infrastructure pegged at almost $3 billion. The idyllic tourist hotspot has been badgered by torrential monsoon rains since the end of May, and flash floods that have swept away entire villages was experienced. Since May 29, when the monsoon started in Kerala, a total of 357 people have lost their lives. Until now, a statement from the state information officer said that 33 have lost their lives over the last 24 hours. More than 350,000 people have taken shelter in 3,026 relief camps as thousands of Army, Navy, and Air Force troops file out to help those still stranded. Roads and 134 bridges have suffered damage, isolating remote areas in the hilly districts of the state which are worst affected. The state chief minister has requested more funding, as well as 20 more helicopters and 600 motorized boats in order to step up the rescue efforts. And now for Insider News. Mysterious and strange things happen around us without us having knowledge of them, except when questions are asked. Otherwise, how did Insider News come about the story of Udude River in Umwenu village, Umawolo, which dries up, only to reappear after some time? Okay, to find the facts, let's join Ngozi Obileri of Insider News as she brings us findings about the Wonder River, which history has it cures measles. Join her.
People, especially children, were told folk tales of how rivers disappear and reappear after some time. I also heard such stories as a child, but as an adult, I have seen a river that appears and disappears in real life. Situated at Umwenu village, Umuawolo, in Oka South Council area, Udude River, according to history, was surprisingly discovered one morning by those living around its abode. Not knowing how it came about, the villagers set out to find out what to do with the river, and this was the finding.
Mgbe gboo a na-echi ọzọ fana abụ kpatara ego wee na-echi ọzọ wee banye ife ndị banye na-akpọ ịba na akwụ ọzọ bụ ichisi ọzọ before ị gbara owuru ị ga-aba n'ụlọ ị ga-anọ mkpụrụ ụbọchị asaa ya rafue n'igwe anya ịnọsizie enye pụta wee mee efe ndị ọzọ iwee gbara owuru ya na mmadụ na-aba wee banye na akwụ ọzọ nne ji ha na-abụ mana ha na-abụ kpatasịrị ego ndị anya ụfụ dịka esikọrọ anyị bụkwa ndị ụmụnna fa wee wakpo fa na aṅasị ebe fa nọ na anya akwụ ọzọ wee gbuo fa na abụ wee buru fa wee jenyie n'ebe a mmiri a na-awa na so since ya nwazi oge eji maka ndị be anyị o nwere mgbe eji echi ọzọ ọ bụrụ oge niile ka eji echi ọzọ o nwere oge eji echi ọzọ oge ahụ eji echi ọzọ ruo ya bụ mmiri awa so na-awazi na-eme nsogbu ụfọdụ ndị banye na akwụ ọzọ fa nwụrụ ndị gboo wee chọwazi ya na kedu ife wetazili ife a wee chọpụta na mmadụ na-aba anwa egburu.
Ever since then, Udude River became part of the community and appears whenever it pleases, sometimes 2 or 3 years interval. What is the normal size of the river? Igwe Guonwu explains further.
Oge ndị ojiga nwe eji echi ọzọ mgbe gboo n'oge udu mmiri bịara and ọrụ kwa arọ ka o ji awa so no ebe mmiri anwasị wee na-awa wee ruo tata ijefu ebe ahụ ya afọ dị ka ezu a very big river mana oge ọkọchị iruo ebe akpọrọ isi ya afọ ya just nwa obere onunu do kirikiri just obere onunu ebe o si nya mmiri si and mgbe ọ na ọ ga-awa mgbe anyị dịcha na ụmụazị otu anyị si ama na ọwa ime aṅasị ọwara na ị ga na-anụ ogene ife dịka ogene mara mma ife dịka ogene a na-akụ kpemkpem ududo bụ nwanne nke nna achara m nke nna ya na-anụ ka data egwu na-agụ ịnụrụ anụ ya at the dead middle of the night ịma na ududo awago ijezie echi ya n'ụtụtụ efu mmiri anwa ka ọdụ so no tụnya mmiri si wee bido otu esi kọrọ anyị and all the route amara and ụmụnna anwa ndị anwa gburiene fada echi ọzọ.
Insider News did not only hear that the river vents its anger on the people by chasing them away from their homes, but witnessed it.
N'ọnwa gara aga mmiri chụfụrụ m tọgbo ike anyị nebacha mebicha ihe n'ụlọ chụfụkwara anyị aka nọ na nke ahụ nwa oji ha yesi
ebe ihe dịka last month gara aga that period ahụ ka o ji abịa o buru ibu etu ọlasị maka nke this year was the worst from coming month to kịtafụ obido dry wakwa mana oge ahụ ọ bịara ọ na-emebisi ihe ndị mmadụ too much ndị bisi n'ụlọ mmiri batacha n'ime ụlọ ọ na-emebi ihe ndị mmadụ ji biri n'ụlọ.
Economic trees and plants like corn, cassava and yam are also affected as seen inside the river. Most of the things people assume not to be true tend to be true to some extent. After all, there is a saying that in every rumor there must be an atom of truth. And it was based on this saying that Insider News set out to find out the truth about the story of Udude River. From Umuawolo, in Oka South Council area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS Insider News.
Wow. Udude River could be one of the mysteries and wonders of the world that we hear every time. And it could be a sort of tourist attraction for people outside. Well, thank you, Ngozi, for that report. That's where we're ending Insider News for today. Before we go, just remember that you can listen to news and programs on ABS 88.5 FM from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. You can like us at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Thanks for joining us on the news tonight. My name is Ife Onachukwu. Do have a splendid week ahead. Good night.